We are charting the higher octave with South Carolina alternative duo, the YETS, all the way from South Carolina. I have Craig and Robin back on the show. Thank you guys for doing this interview again. I'm always looking forward to our spiritual conversations.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us back.
I always remember that. Oh, the spiritual couple. All right, I get to talk to them. Yeah. Now, the last time we talked, you were saying that you guys got married in Hawaii, which is
Correct.
it's so beautiful. You described the beautiful wedding, and that's really nice. I'm sure you had a really good experience with that, right? I mean, there are a lot of people get jealous of that. They go, "Where'd you get married?"
Well, I think a lot of people, when you say you get married in Hawaii, they envision like on the beach with palm trees and all that. But we got married in the rainforest, and it was a very spiritual. It was a very, very small wedding. It was just us with this gentleman named Joe Camacho who did the ceremony, and a woman named Nona Wilson who sang, and then my friend did. She danced with her daughter, and it was just an epic day. It was beautiful.
Oh, no, yeah, that's even more beautiful than in the beach.
Right. It was
Well,
just so
a
special.
lot of people think it was, like a commercial wedding type thing, and this was anything but
Oh,
that.
yeah.
We were married actually in what they called the Cathedral of Trees, and it was an oval of cook pines, and it had a little entrance, and then they had everything set up sort of like an altar, and it actually rained in the rainforest that morning and everything.
That's
So
a
everything,
blessing.
yeah, it was amazing. We actually got to go. What is the neck garlands?
The
Holly,
lay.
not the they have another name
Oh,
for them.
I
That
can't
the
remember.
bride and groom wear. Joe actually took us to a farm where he knew the farmer, and we actually got to go where they harvested all the greenery and everything. And her
Oh, the
friend
lake.
picked
Ah.
had all the fresh flowers that made her headdress and everything, and
Mm.
it was amazing. It was
Wow.
a combination of our traditional spiritual with traditional Hawaiian spiritual. It was an amazing experience.
How did you guys find out about this place? How did you hear about it?
Well, my best friend lives in Hawaii, in Volcano, Hawaii, and
Oh.
so we were thinking about, we decided we wanted to get married. We were, not wanting to really do anything traditional here. And I said, why don't we get married in Hawaii? And it was just a natural thing. So she helped set it up, and we just went, and we had so much fun.
And we took all of our family with us. We took pictures of all of our family, and they had a nice table set up.
Oh.
And all of the family was there in pictures, both those who were still with us and those who have passed.
So did you have Hawaiian, like any kind of Hawaiian food or thing like that?
We did.
Luau?
We had a very nice, all organic reception at the Volcano Garden Arts Center, and it was amazing. And
Mm.
the cake was, oh,
I can't even remember what was in the cake,
Oh, yeah.
but it was Hawaiian.
Oh,
but
It was,
everything was fabulous. And then when we were done, we drove to the top of the volcano and all the way down the volcano to the ocean, and then back up and then back
wow.
and leave for the honeymoon part of our
That's a
trip.
special wedding for sure.
Wonderful.
Yeah. I mean, Hawaii is so magical, very
it
magical.
really, it really was. And one day when we were actually driving from Hilo over to the other side, it was King Kamehameha Day,
Mm.
and we got lost. We didn't know
Yes.
where we were. We got lost, and we came up upon this huge statue of King Kamehameha and these girls all doing hula there, and we were like the only non-Hawaiian people that stumbled upon this celebration, and we got to watch them do the King Kamehameha celebration of his day at the place. So it was,
It was actually we drove by totally by accident into the his birth village,
Wow.
and they were having the celebration, and we were wow, we know what this is, but we had no idea where we were.
Oh, there you go.
And we stopped, and everybody said, yeah, come out and watch. And so we were able to.
Oh, that's
We
nice.
were placed there.
Yeah, we were placed there.
It's like it was like meant to happen. That's great.
Totally.
Yeah. Well, here you are again. So the last time you were on the show, we talked about your EP release, which of the same name, the YETS.
Correct.
And
YETS is the band, right?
right. And so here we go again. And I remember we talked about, I asked you guys like, why the YETS? What does that mean? Then you explained that to me. But if you want to just do a quick just a recap of why you name yourself the YETS, just for the people who may want to know.
Sure. The Reader's Digest version is we're both very spiritual people, and we strive to follow spiritual principles in our life, and one of the things that goes along with that is balance. And the YETS is derived from the things in life, the good things that have not happened yet, and the bad things that have not happened yet or may not ever happen, and the balance that goes in between it. So a lot of our music is focused on life, the people who are involved in our lives, and this wonderful balance that comes out of it. And we look at the YETS in terms of the positive side of it, because we're both optimists, and all of the wonderful things that have not happened to us yet, and it keeps our focus moving forward instead of being stagnated and staying put.
That's beautiful. Beautiful explanation. And so now we are here in this debut album that been released last in February called Pinup Girl. And there's a lot of tracks in here. They're just beautiful. I mean, I love the threes. I think it's called threes. Wow. Love the lyrics. I love the analogy of the circus. And they were talking about balancing, right? We're talking about a balancing act and the on that what do you call those
The high wire.
a high wire, yeah. We don't have circus here. I wish we did. Because it would have nice. I mean, we did at one point. Then an elephant went loose on the. It went crazy. But anyway, we did many years ago. But they're not from here. They visit, and that was interesting. But I love this analogy how you describe like you said, the balance, and balance in life is really important. I was just listening to this person talking about balance, and he was saying that you can see your life's focus if you're going to be successful or not, even health wise, if you can balance yourself. If you do like you balance yourself, like you stand on one foot and you kind of like balance yourself. And if you can, a lot of people can't balance themselves, as they get older, you know, it's about being able to focus and just, so I try to do that every day. It's good to balance yourself. Some people, they can't, they get up and, because it's all about, that's how you make it in life, right? If you can get up and go somewhere and not fall down.
Right.
The key to perfect balance is goat yoga.
Yeah, exactly. Goat yoga.
That's we were talking about that earlier. Yeah. Goat yoga.
The goat has a lot of balance up in those mountains.
I have you ever seen a goat fall off the mountain?
No.
I rest my case.
I think they do though, right? But something happens to them.
Yeah, they get eaten.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing how they just. I'm always fascinated how they stay that way, and then I see some animal trying to get them and they fall down, but not a goat.
Right. I mean, when you that's it. That's the song Threes. It says Trinity Calamity. It comes in threes. Like often you hear like the death of say a musician, and then a week later you'll hear someone else pass, and people say, well, it comes in threes. But then you think of Trinity, the Holy Trinity, things like that. It's all a balance. And the song is about, I'm on the high wire, I'm balancing, I look below me, what am I going to choose? Is it calamity, or am I going to keep my balance on this high wire? And it's also about, being a performer, in a circus, so to speak, the circus of life, on stage, you had this certain persona that you are balancing. And, what do people see behind the curtain? Is it you, or is it your alter ego? What is it? So it's all about the balance, and that's threes.
Yeah, it makes me think about, how life is, right? Even as for myself, I have to balance myself and what I'm doing. Am I going to do this? Am I going to do that today? Am I going to do this tomorrow? What am I going to do? If I go this way, what's going to happen? I look at that, right? Is that part of the, do you guys think of that when you're writing this song? Were you thinking about yourself as an artist? What if I did this?
Well, I think that there's a part of threes that is, if you notice, and it's one of the lines says ringmaster ran the show,
Mhm.
and in the video you see the ringmaster and you see some devastation and calamity, and you also see the elements of peace and serenity in it. And we have the ringmaster is emblematic of, there are things in life, be they people or other circumstances, that will try to control and govern your life. And will you give in to those, or will you follow your ideals and maintain your balance and stay on the high wire? Because to be honest, life is so full of distractions that
Mhm.
it's easy to get pulled one way or another. And to get pulled like that, it pulls you off the high wire. And of course, when you're live, and the old saying, live, no net, we've got no safety net below us. So if we make bad decisions and we do, the wrong
Right.
things,
That's a really
it
good
can bring
analogy how you use
costly.
that.
And there's some images in the video that are disturbing images, but they're meant to highlight that point, that this is what you get if you go there. So don't go there.
Yeah, I mean that circus performer, she depends on that ringmaster, right? In some ways, it's almost like trusting. You got to trust yourself and the other person so you won't fall, but you're also focusing on yourself.
Right. The lyrics say, ringmaster ran the show. You're just a false god. How was I to know? So you can't place all your trust in perhaps that one person or that one
Right.
ideal. You know, you have to trust in yourself. That's the truth.
Yeah, that's true. Because a lot of people, I mean, in everything in life, you collaborate, right, with other people, and the thing is, it doesn't mean that they're going to be successful. You're going to be successful too. You got to take care of yourself. You have to be able to balance your own whatever you got to do to make it work.
Right.
Yeah, I love how you use that particular imagery, especially in the video, to explain this because, and then you talk about earth, fire, and sky, and birth, death, and after, and I guess rebirth, which is so true. They come in threes: body, soul, and spirit, and I love that.
Threes is a magical combination. There's so many amazing things in our universe that come in threes that we could talk about it for hours.
Sometimes when it's a negative thing, I don't like thinking about threes because,
Yeah.
but they have some. I mean, we can we can talk about this forever, right? Because there's so many things to talk about when it comes to this. But this is a great song. This is one of my favorite tracks on this album. And then how about Pinup Girl? Why did you choose that as the title of
Ah,
the album?
Well, actually, that the photo on the CD cover is my mother.
Oh,
And
that was your
my
mother.
father took this picture back in the 1940s while they were on their honeymoon in New York, Long Island, I believe it was. And the song is about my mother, and we lost her to Alzheimer's.
Oh,
And a lot of the song is just talking about, how life can seem so perfect on the outside. And she reminisces about, the beginnings, but then we lost her, so she was picture perfect, but then in the end, didn't remember any of it.
so you're talking about which picture is that? You're talking about the. Hold on one second. Oh,
This
that
pic,
one. Okay, all right.
Right.
If you watch the video for Pinup Girl, she's got a lot of, and you know, the Robin creates all the videos. We do everything, she and
Oh,
I.
oh, really? Wow. Oh, yeah,
The
that's
only,
right. Yeah, I remember you.
the only outside person is our friend Jay Matheson, who masters our music for us. But other than that, we perform everything, record it. She does all the videos, and she incorporated a lot of imagery in there, and a lot of it is her mom and dad. And then there's a lot of things that show the memories of the things that they went through over all those years together. And then she's also in the video, filmed on the beach here in
Hmm.
in our hometown, Emotion.
Hmm.
And define the man. Are you talking about your dad? That is that?
Yes.
Yeah, beautiful.
Right. Yeah. Um, just the effect of a lot of it, I think, was generational, where he was emotionally not available. He was also in the military, so he was not emotionally available to me as a child. And it's about, you know, define him. How can I define who he is when I didn't really know him? I mean, he was loving and he was a good dad, but I felt like I never knew him.
Mm. You were closer to your mom.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think of William Wordsworth's "My Heart Leaps Up." The child is father to the man. When I heard the song,
Wow, that's great.
yeah,
Very good. Yeah.
yeah, no, it's great. You have to listen to, if you see define the man, a lot of people might think, oh, okay, it must be a relationship between a man
Yeah,
and a woman. But if you listen to it, it's about your dad, which is makes it so beautiful, actually. And now you're
thank you.
saying
Yeah,
the pinup girl is your mom, so inspired um by that. So I love this album, really. I mean, it's so beautiful, especially threes. I just love the way it just flows really well, you know.
yeah, I love that
There's
song.
another song that this is when we were writing this, a lot of it's like several small concept albums put together in on one album, if you stop and pay attention to what's going on. And but with Define the Man with her father and Pinup Girl with her mother, there's another song on there called Cronkite. And we haven't released a video for it yet, but when we do, please look at our YouTube channel and check it out. But it's Cronkite is about her mom waiting while her father was away in the military or war, not knowing if he would come home or not,
Hmm.
and what it felt like, and all the emotions and everything to go through that. And so there's slices of life in there, and then there's some, we tease each other about it, yacht rock songs about sisters and grandchildren and different things like that on there as well. So it's a whole lot of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, I think maybe the highlight of the album, after the stuff about her family is, she wrote a beautiful song, that's about the plight of the homeless, and it will be premiering that video on March 22nd. I'm in connection with a big art show here, and
What's the name of
it's
the song?
the name of, go ahead.
It's called Paper Ghost.
Okay, that's
I
the last
become
track. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I do outreach here in Myrtle Beach
Mm.
with the homeless. We try to help the homeless here, and I became friends sort of with a woman here who was chronically homeless named Jeanette, and she was very difficult. She had a lot of mental health issues, but she was, you have to look at some of these people and looking at her and realizing, she was a little girl at one point and she's had a lot of tragedy and hardship in her life, which caused her to lose trust in people, lose trust in, the system here. And we finally found her housing and in a safe place for her to go and get off the street, and she refused to go because she didn't trust it. She just refused. And a week later, she was sleeping on a park bench by the place where we do outreach, and her life was taken by another a homeless man.
Oh,
And I found out about it, and it was devastating. I was so upset about it because you can see where she was a victim of everything. And so I wrote Paper Ghost that next day, the lyrics. Craig had written the song, and I mean the music, and I just did it. And I think that was pretty much the first or second take I did singing it. And I hadn't even ironed out anything. I just sang it. And it's just about, the paper. She was lost in the paperwork. She was lost between the cracks.
oh, that's beautiful.
And yeah, so we're doing, I work for this organization. We're a nonprofit called Eastern Carolina Housing Organization. And we're doing a huge art fundraiser on March 22nd for those experiencing housing insecurity and homelessness in Myrtle Beach. And we're premiering that video at
Great.
the event. And it's going to really break some people up there. I mean, it's touching for sure. So that's the story behind that. But, we can only try to do what we can do to help others.
I mean, that's a big help. Just helping, just giving your best and then doing this for them. And
Right. And I think too, in the end, she knew that someone cared about her. She wasn't just a homeless lady carting her shopping cart down the street with all her belongings, which is so frowned upon by a lot of the community members here in Myrtle Beach. They don't understand. And they think, well, go get a job. Well, it's hard to get a job when you don't have anywhere to sleep or shower, or, you don't have an address. People steal your driver's license. It's a bad cycle. And, all we can do is try to help one person at a time. So at least she felt cared for in the end. Yeah. Now that we're all depressed, it's so sad.
I don't find it depressing. I find it uplifting because it gives us the opportunity we can use our music and our videos as a vehicle for awareness and for
by talking about this, and somebody watching this video, they'll know, and they can relate it to their homeless situation wherever they're coming from, because homelessness is all over, right? Even here in Hawaii, we have that.
Oh yeah, big time.
It's really hard to. Every place struggle with it. It's just with laws and whatever it may be, But I'm glad you're doing that. It takes one person. One person can make a difference with one person, really.
Right.
And then it just spreads the word. So you did the writing. So when you wrote the lyrics for that, did you do the song after that, or you had the song already and she wrote the lyrics?
Well, generally what we do is I'll write songs, and I'm kind of a prolific writer. I write the songs, and she decides what she likes, and then she takes the song and comes up with the theme and the lyrics, and then we come back and we combine everything together. Yeah. And then we go ahead and finish the arrangement of the song, finish recording everything, and then we produce it out from there. So I wrote the song and gave it to her, and I had the song already, and then this happened to Jeanette, and there was the song, and she said, I'm writing this song about Jeanette, and the next thing I know, she says, I'm ready, and here's the lyrics. And it was like, if you listen to the lyric, the vocal performance is very powerful. It's raw emotion.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, a lot of them are, actually. I love the reverbs and all that stuff you got in there,
Yeah, we could go nuts with all that. We do. We have to pull it back. We'll be like, that sounds really cool, but we're like, well, that's too much. Craig produces all this stuff, and we have all these, different effects that we can do on the computer, and we just have so much fun. And we'll look up at the clock and we'll be like, oh my gosh, it's nighttime. Where did the day go? But
Oh
gosh,
yeah, that does take a long time just to do
it's
anything.
so fun.
Editing is just takes forever, you know. Yeah, I do the same thing. I'm like hours. I'm thinking, oh my God, look at the time now. I gotta go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And then, but I wanted to know what you thought about this. And I've been looking forward to this interview because I wanted to ask you a question. We have a song on there and an awesome video called Broken Arrow, and it's a gothic fairy tale. Have you seen the video?
Yeah. You have some of them are in the video, right? I think you have 4 songs that you have a video on. It might be
We've got,
Yeah.
yeah, I think there's 4 videos out for this album so far. Four
I
or
mean,
five.
I love the way you guys do your video. I noticed there's a theme to it, you know, and I know you and I know that Robin, you've been doing the videos, right?
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's fun. I mean, I love doing it. I mean, that's another thing that I could just do that all day, every day. It's just so fun. I mean, I know that I could learn to edit better, but I've just sort of figured out my own way.
I mean, how do
I'm not good at,
are you guys do you use AI?
for a couple of them I did.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun because it's new to me. Learning to prompt it and then seeing what it does. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, for
It's just
sure.
crazy. Yeah.
Because then you get material from that, and then you can take that material and manipulate that material in Final Cut Pro and do all these different things with it that you would do with ordinary video. So
Mhm.
there's layers upon layers, and she can just
It's so
the
fun.
next thing you know, it's the next day.
Yeah, let me see. I don't think I saw the video for that one. I know you have 4 videos. I saw Define the Man and the Threes. I don't think I saw the Broken Arrow video. Is there a video for that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
cool.
Check it out when you get a chance.
Well,
Shoot me
let's talk about. I know you said it's gothic. Gothic.
Oh yeah.
It's a gothic fairy tale. Well, I think you'll dig it. It's
There's all these creatures and flying things and woods and dark and it's just cool. Yeah, it's cool. I've been reading too many books with like dragons and stuff.
it's almost like a very gothic version of Little Red Riding Hood has a really bad day.
Yeah, you know, these fairy tales are. Yeah, I mean, there's so many.
Dark.
There's so many. Yeah, they're really dark. A lot of the fairy tales are dark. You ever notice that? They're just really dark.
Oh
And then
yeah.
kids are learning this when they're young. But anyway, that's just it's the way it is. But yeah. So it was really interesting about how you guys met, and I still remember college, right? I mean, you didn't know each other, but you were walking in the same school,
Right.
something like that, right?
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he was above me in the same building in a different section, and I was in the basement in a different school. Yeah, and I wish that we could somehow have a crystal ball and see when we'd passed each other in the hall or I'm sure we'd been at the same shows together in the same room. We might have even spoken to each other. I don't know.
This is college, right? College days.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was in college.
But okay, so how did you know that you guys were really there that same semester?
Well, we were introduced by a mutual friend who was at the University of South Carolina at the same time we were. And when he introduced us, he goes, "You guys got to know each other because you were both playing in bands up there at the same time and everything." And then he introduced us and her band and my band, and we're like, "Yeah, I knew." And then
so you guys knew the band.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, okay.
We knew each other's bands, but we hadn't seen each other's bands play. But
yeah, okay.
yeah, we were there at the same time.
We were there at the same time. I mean, we know now there's lots of people that
the same genre at the time.
Mine was more of a goth rock kind of something.
Oh, okay.
Yours was.
Mine was more straight up rock, alt rock,
No, I remember you like
some heavier
Led
stuff.
Zeppelin. I mean, you Jimmy Page was your, I remember you were talking about Jimmy Page. So, okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well,
Just listen
it
to Jimmy
wasn't time
Page.
to meet at that time, I guess.
No, it was not time. Not at all.
But it was meant to happen at some point, right?
Correct.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We talk about that frequently. You know, the perfect timing of things, and how that's another thing that's woven through our music. There's a song on our first album called Waterline, one of the lines, and that says, "Time takes time. I'm just keeping my head above the waterline." And so sometimes you're cognizant of time taking time, and sometimes you're not. It's kind of like John Lennon said, life's what happens to you when you're busy doing something else.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you step back and you look and say, wow, all of these dots had to get connected exactly the right way for she and I to be sitting here with you this day, both on your side of it and our side of it.
Right, right.
So, for it all to get
You know,
connected like
well,
that.
for one thing, you got married in Hawaii, so that's already a connection here.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I mean,
We believe nothing happens by accident. We don't believe in coincidence. We believe in
oh yeah, yeah.
there's a plan.
Yeah, there's a plan. It's just weird how some things just get interrupted and then that's it. I don't know. I can't explain all those things. There are many, many things that you just can't explain, right? Some people, I think, I mean, do you guys believe in fate,
Oh
destiny?
yeah, I do.
Like
Yeah, I mean we
there's just no way to stop something. It will just happen no matter what. You believe in that? Yeah.
right. I mean, just when we think back on, I mean, I think back on when we met, and the point where we met, I wasn't doing any music. I felt like, oh gosh, my music career's over. I'm not going to do music, and I was really depressed about it. But I wasn't motivated enough to go try to do something on my own. And then we were together for a couple of years, and we kept saying, oh, we should do some music together. And then when we finally did it, I mean, I never in a million years would have thought this, that we would be sitting here creating all this beautiful music. And it's been, I mean, I love playing live and singing live, but this has just been such a epic creative
Yeah.
outlet for
Very.
me, for
And
us. And
and they're beautiful songs, really. I mean, the lyrics are
Thank
beautiful.
you.
And
thank
then
you.
it's not just lyrics and song, but it's the deeper meaning of the songs, which makes it even better. I mean, you guys can talk about it. They're like threes, for example. I mean, people go threes. What is that supposed to mean? But it's deeper than that. It's not just three, number three. It's more than that.
Right. And people review it, and they'll write something, and I can tell they didn't really listen to it or think about it. Like Define the Man, or a couple of reviews were talking about, men and women, and they didn't get it at all. I mean, you have to allow other people to express, but I could tell that he hadn't really listened to it. Um, I
Yeah.
want the listener to take what they want from the song, to feel their own feelings. Um, so I try not to make the lyrics so obvious as to what it's about. But
Oh, I can tell what that's about right away.
yeah,
And I know
yeah,
you've got to be you.
right. Yeah, I say I a bunch.
It's all right. She's worth it. Best high I ever found.
Well, it's congratulations on this and wow, I mean, I can't wait for your next one because I'm
We've
because
already started it.
okay.
It's already in the works.
Yeah.
This one,
What's that?
what?
Any title? Title? I
Oh,
mean,
not
No,
yet.
yeah.
no, it's way too soon for that. But this one, this one is probably going a little heavier
Okay.
than what this one is. We're kind of chomping at the bit to throw some heavier stuff at the world. So
Is it a particular theme? Has a particular theme?
I haven't even written any lyrics really yet. I
Yeah.
get ideas, but I haven't really solidified anything yet. So
Yeah.
I need to not read any like dragon magic
no,
books.
no Dragon Slayer books while we're writing a heavy album.
I don't know. Those would be good lyrics.
What about something? What about a song about Hawaii?
Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea.
There, yeah, that would be great. We could do that.
Yeah. I mean, do you play? I know you have a lot of guitars, but do you play the ukulele?
I have one hanging on the wall right over there.
Okay. All right.
I used to play. I used to play it. I
What-
used to actually teach kindergarten, and I would play it for the kids. It's so fun.
Well, I have I got that ukulele when we're fans of a band from Southern California called Switchfoot, and we went to see them at a very interesting venue, a very small, intimate setting, outdoors, and John Foreman was playing that ukulele like that, and I said I've got to have one of those, mess around. So for the longest time before we went to Hawaii for our wedding, it sat on the end table right beside my chair in our living room, and I would strum on it, just not Hawaiian, but writing like song ideas for
Oh,
songs.
okay. Oh,
Do you play?
yeah, I do.
It's fun.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
easy.
Yeah, I wish I had more time to focus on it. I don't have any. I do. I love the ukulele. It's beautiful.
So at our wedding, Joe Camacho played the ukulele and sang with Nona Wilson,
Yeah, it's
Oh,
great.
traditional Hawaiian wedding songs, and it was
with the ukulele. Yeah, that's why I was just thinking you guys should be at least one song. Do the
well, you know what? That might just happen because
I'm always looking for ideas, so that's a good one.
no, because you guys got married here, and then when you guys get married again, like if what do you call that? When you
Renew your vows. Yeah.
renew your vows, then maybe you guys can do that here and then film it.
Ooh, let's
yeah,
go.
there we go. Can you come tomorrow?
Oh, that'd be really sweet.
That would be wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah,
That would be-
because I mean, there's so many people that play the ukulele in Hawaii, of course, but I don't. And maybe they did get married here, but you guys are different. You guys are not from here, but you come here and you got married, and that's special, right?
Oh,
And
it
and a lot of
absolutely
a lot of people
is.
get married in the beach or they get married in the hotel or whatever it may be, but you guys got married in this. It sounds like a sacred place. I've never been there, but I can imagine. Yeah,
It was.
yeah.
It was amazing, and we stayed in the rainforest. We had a little hut in the
Oh,
rainforest.
really? Oh my God, the whole works.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
And tell me what we had for breakfast for our wedding breakfast.
Got the spam.
What's it called?
Spam.
Musu.
Okay. Spam musubi?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
That was
love
our.
it. I love it.
It was Volcano's best. They said go to this gas station,
Uh,
and in the gas station they will have a little basket, and it will be wrapped up in cellophane. That's what you want. So that's what we did.
It was great.
yeah, you can actually make that over there if you like. You just get a
Yeah.
can of spam, and then get rice, right? And then you have to, well, you gotta get the right seasoning and all that kind of stuff too, and the seaweed. Yeah, but
Yep.
so you guys eat spam?
No.
No, well we
I
do,
haven't
we
had
do,
I
but
haven't had it since then.
only when we're in Hawaii.
Yeah, it's Hawaii is one of the places that eats a lot of spam compared to Guam and Hawaii.
Yeah.
It was fun. We had some amazing food. And it was really funny because We spent one morning, because we had an SUV and we drove all over the Big Island and kind of were our own tour guides. And that's how we got lost at Kamehameha's festival and everything. And so we went to Hilo and we spent a morning there. And you were mentioning about the vegetables and everything. We spent a morning at the farmer's market.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
so
cool.
so we had amazing food, but we went to where locals said to go, and that's pretty much all that we did. We didn't really have any commercial food, so to speak. We ate poke from the local supermarket. We said,
Oh,
"Where's the
poke.
best poke?" They said, "Go to the supermarket."
Oh yeah,
So
you
we
like
did.
the poke. I love poke.
I just had that for lunch actually here.
Yes,
Oh,
you
really?
did.
Oh, where
Yeah.
did you get it? They have it there?
Yeah, this place called Honest Greens. It was so
Oh,
good.
oh wow. Yeah, we got fresh fish over here. That's why. I mean, Hawaii got one of the best. I have to say, Hawaii has some of the best food in the world. Because they got fresh fish here, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, we have it too. We're right on the ocean.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So we get a lot of fresh fish. It's not the same though, um,
Well, Japanese food.
culturally and preparation wise and everything is very different here than
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, we're closer to Japan, so we have like the best Japanese cuisine kind of food here. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really fresh. I mean, there's a lot of Japanese restaurants here, and yeah, it's always good stuff here. It's,
so it is. And we can't wait to get back. We stay busy with all the different things we have going on in our life. As soon as we have the opportunity, it'll probably be when her best friend's house is finished. We'll
oh
go over
yeah.
there to see her home and everything like that, and then we'll take some jaunts around. Last time we didn't really our time we were there for a while, but it was for the wedding, and we were on the island and going everywhere there and seeing her friends. And but next time we'll jump around a little bit more,
Yeah, well,
That'd be
be sure to make that video for your next song with you. Go up there.
well, that would be good. And in today's world, it's relatively easy to make videos wherever you go. So,
Yeah, yeah, you can make it, and then and Robin can put it together. I think it's gonna be great. Yeah.
well,
Well,
she's
let me know if you guys ever come to Honolulu or.
that would be so great.
oh, we
Yeah.
absolutely will.
Well, I'm really excited for you. This album is great, and I know it's your debut album, and it's a great debut album, really.
Well, thank you. So we had the EP. This is the debut full length album. So we're not giving the sophomore jinx time to set in. We're working on the next album
I
already.
know,
So
that's okay. Well,
trying to get something out.
yeah.
And we're thinking about maybe this time we may not. We thought about it and we said, well, you know, 12 song album is, what tradition that we grew up with, the full length LPs on vinyl. And that's kind of what we strive for. We want to do one of those. And this time we may do an EP again because we want to get the music out quicker. And
Uh-huh.
because we like to have a video for each song and everything like that. So we're thinking about maybe doing a different format and getting the songs out quicker this time.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yes, I'm looking at that's your mother on the picture now. Okay, I didn't
Hmm.
realize that. I didn't know who that was. I thought maybe because it looks like it's from the past, like long time ago. So,
Right.
The 1940s, yeah.
oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I know you have a website. If people want to check you out, it's called the YETS.com. Really simple. Can you explain that logo again of the octopus?
Yeah.
So I got these. I do art.
Yeah.
I've been an artist for years. So I got these. They're magic lantern slides. They're these glass slides, and they were from I can't remember Chicago Museum
Chicago
of
Museum of Natural
yeah,
History. Yeah.
Chicago Museum of Natural History. So I ordered this big box full of all these slides, and there's really weird like cells and strange, you know, animals and flora and fauna. But there was one of an octopus, and I was like, that is the strangest thing. It's just Anyway, so I took a photo through the slide of the octopus and colorized it. So that's the
Oh,
octopus. It's just weird, and we liked it.
So there's different. His name is Bob. We named him after her dad, Bob. And
oh
we
yeah.
try to keep everything in the family here, but it's so that's Bob. But if you look at our EP, Bob's on the album cover there. Now it's not the same Bob that's on our website, or so Bob's kind of like
He's changed.
He's changed a little bit.
He's a chameleon. Yeah, that's where the octopus comes from. It
Oh,
has no significance.
no, it's great. I thought the octopus was called YETS. That's okay.
No, it's but octopus. Look at my shirt. Octopuses just show up in our life, and so we're not really sure why
No. So who is that?
this.
Yeah.
I guess I'm allowed to say this. This is a Paul Reed Smith guitar shirt.
Oh, okay.
I play a lot of PRS guitars.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right.
I'll give Paul a shameless plug. Paul, they are some of the finest guitars ever built, and they are.
Yeah.
But so before we are even together, before we're married rather, our son-in-law gets this big octopus tattooed on his arm. And so there's octopuses all over. And then we went to see, and I guess I'm allowed to do this too. We went to see a great show, Miles Kennedy. I don't know if you know who Miles Kennedy is. He sings in Alter Bridge, and he's the singer in Slash's band. But we went to see him, and Will pulls out on the stage a bar stool with a giant stuffed octopus on it. And we looked at each other and said,
What's Bob doing here?
What's Bob doing here?
All the significant things that pop up, like synchronicities.
Right.
So I'm not sure what it means, but octopuses are in our
Well,
world.
maybe I need to write a song about it.
Yeah, maybe that's the next one. Yeah. You might as well. You got it
Yeah,
on.
why not?
Why not, right?
Why not? It'll have to be a song that has 8 verses and 8 choruses, right?
Right.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for sharing all of this. Wow, that's a lot of know so much more about your music and this album. Yeah, thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
for
It's
having
so
us.
good.
It's always fun.
It's good to see you again.
I know, when we finally meet in person, I'm sure we'll have a lot to talk about even more.
Yeah. Well, we keep track of you on
Oh
social
yeah,
media too, and see all your.
I know
What you're up.
it's so hard to keep track of everything now. Just so
I
I'm
know.
so busy, I try to get everything together, but yeah, and I of course big shout out to Shameless Promotion PR. She's like I said, she's always got the best clients, and you guys are one of those.
Well,
Thank
you.
you.
We love Shauna. Shauna is fabulous. She
Oh,
really
yeah.
is.
Yeah, she is. She's amazing. Congratulations, and I'm looking forward to the next album. Love to love to have you guys back again.
You just let us know when.
Yep. Well, she will let me know when,
Okay,
Great.
that sounds good.
because I'll get it, and then all right. Well, I hope you guys make it back to Hawaii and get that ukulele going.
I will, and I probably won't bring mine with me, but I'll find one over there.
Oh
I
yeah.
heard they have one or two.
Oh yeah. You have to buy one over here.
That's just what we need is another guitar.
You know what? There's a saying in my world, and how many guitars does one man need? And there's always one right answer. Do you know what it is?
I
Um,
do.
it's infinite.
No, it's one more.
Oh, okay, that's a good answer. One more, and then when that comes, one more.
Correct.
There you go.
That's why it's infinite.
It's always the right answer.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you guys very soon again. And of course,
Thank you.
YETS is out with their full album called Pinup Girl. Came out in February, and we'll look forward to the next one.
Thank you.
Sounds good. Thanks, Ann. Take care.
Okay. All right.